yeah, one of the things, it's a long story about a mug, isn't it? I've just realised. I've just given you this long story about a flipping mug. People, welcome to another edition of that Think It's Happening frenzy that we all know and love as WWE SuperCard. With me, Big Jim, here at BadLadDad HQ in a hot, sweltering, sizzling London. Been some strange weather this week. Very, very un-English, very untypical, but very welcome. It's nice. Could get used to this. It's more Florida-esque than London-esque. But you don't want a weather forecast. You want to see some SuperCard, don't you? Because it's been a few days since last reporting, so there's a few things to go through. First of which was Last Man Standing. Would you believe I've not spoken to you since Last Man Standing? As you can see, that's what I ended up with. Roman Reigns. For the second Last Man Standing running, I was just a couple of places. I think it was about 6 places. Just a few places outside of the rank above, which would have made quite a bit of difference. This Roman Reigns you can see here has got the momentum slots on, so the stats are okay. They're not brilliant. You take that momentum slot off, and I think there's going to be some top-ranking Goliath pros who'll give him a run for his money. And certainly any event cards that don't even have to be heroic mode will probably give him a run for his money as well. So, considering it took a bit of effort and a few credits to get to that level, I was a bit disappointed, I have to say, but not as disappointed as those of you who finished lower down. And again, we've had the same outcry with everyone saying these stats aren't good enough, it's got to be sorted out, and I cannot argue against that. All I can do is agree with you. And as I say, I was disappointed, and I finished in the 300s, so we'll have to wait to see what happens. I don't think they're going to do anything about the Roman Reigns card. We'll just have to see whether whatever the next Last Man Standing card is going to be is a slightly better ranking, but I don't know. Moving on from that, we had a Team Battleground. I collected the rewards. I did film that, but it was 2 WrestleMania cards, both males, and only females are going to be good for me now, and a Titan. So, what was that all about? And what else has there been? Oh yes, this is more important right now. I've got to collect a fusion chamber. Chambre de Fusion, Long John Silver and the Pirates down there in the fusion chamber. They're still working away, trying to dig up that treasure down there. I do have 2 individual WrestleMania 34 cards, which are, just dig me boys out, let's have a look, find out where they are. Not female, unfortunately, but 2 of the male cards. Let's just go down the ranking and find them. They're here. So there's Big Otis and Big Tucker. And I don't think I've even bothered to power them out. So if I do get one of those, again, it will be worth proing them. It will be worth doing, because they will just muscle into the lower rankings of my Road to Glory deck. But it's getting kind of pointless now. But of course, once I've cleared this out, lovely people at Cat Daddy have launched the Beach Fusions, haven't they? So I can kick off one of the many beach balls that I've collected into getting one ingredient to get towards a summer sizzle. But anyway, let's go down and collect this. It would be better for me if it was a pro, because I really can't be bothered to go through it again. And anyway, it's going to be gummed up, and it's not. It's Billy Kay. Okay, it's a nice image. Not much use to me though, because I'm going to have to start any new fusion I do. I'd have to start from scratch, which, as you know, is just going to be about a month's worth of fusioning, which just is not worth it. So let's see if we have any luck on this front. I don't know how you'll do it. Oh no, I haven't got. Jumping the gun there, son. You don't have any of those to go crazy with just yet. Just the one. We need to get some of these cooking, and then we can get ourselves a beach fusion going. I've not seen any cards in action yet, I have to say. I've not encountered any in game so far, so I don't know if people are just holding back, because you could use a few credits and try and speed up and buy some of those packs that they've been kicking around. How much does it cost to finish it, by the way? 60 credits, I guess. I guess if you're someone who doesn't mind burning through credits, if you do that, what do you need? 8 of those, 8 times, 480 credits, you'd be fine. And then you've got yourself into a point of doing a card. How long does this take? Did it say 4 hours? Oh, okay. Well, do you know what? If I could afford it, if I had the credits, I'd probably do that for a bit. And it'd be entertaining for a couple of hours, see what rubbish you get out of there. I do wish, this is something I wish that they would encompass, not just in SuperCard, but in other games as well. Where you've got Summer Sizzle, you click on it and you can see 3 examples of what you can get in the pack. There should be a little question mark or a little icon or something you can tap, and it will show you what the possibility, the percentage chance or whatever there is of getting each particular card, whether it's a Goliath tier or whatever tier. A percentage chance of getting at least the tier. More specifically, I'd like to know exactly how many cards there are for each tier. Because if you're thinking, oh, that Goliath Sasha Banks, gotta get her in my squad, and there's only those 3 cards available, you've got to fancy your chances. If there's 20 cards in Ultimate and 20 cards in Titan and 30 cards in Monster, whatever, and 1 card in Goliath, your chances are pretty minimal. So I would like to see something on there just to give you an idea of what you need to do and what your chances are for getting those cards. But again, it's not the sort of thing that companies worry too much about. I'm not having a go at Cat Daddy and specifically there. It's most companies and most games don't do it. I've noticed some games have started to introduce some sort of system where you've got an idea of what you can get out of packs, but whether that will ever catch on fully, or I don't know how you would enforce it, but it's something I wish you could see in matches. And of course now we have Road to Glory, and it is AJ Styles, and I have to say I do like that card. I do like that card. I do want that card. I'm going to get that card. I don't just want to look at it from afar. I want to own and possess that card. The thing being, do I go for heroic mode? I'm quite surprised by Batista being the Goliath card that's available. I've already got him as a pro. I've already had that. I've already had that. I've already had that. So I've already had her as an image. Just careful how you phrase these things. Yeah, so there's nothing new really coming out of any of this for me. Yes, Batista is a Goliath card I don't have, but I'm not getting too excited about too much of this. Is this heroic mode? I mean, I did tweet yesterday. I said I really do like the image, but the idea of doing heroic Road to Glory, it's just so time consuming. It's so monotonous. And quite a few of you were very quick to say, well, don't do it then. Just don't do it. Which is a fair point, I suppose. Don't have to do it. But if I want to play the game and I want to have the best cards and want to be competitive at a high level, then you don't really have a choice, do you? You have to do it. Interestingly, a few people did say that they tend to go just for the 1 card in these events. They don't bother going for the heroic. Now, let's face it, it's a lot easier, it's a lot more comfortable way of existing if you just get the 1 card on the Road to Glory. And then Ring Dobby Dim Dom, which is obviously a lot quicker to plough through. You get the heroic mode from there. That is something that I've done quite a bit. If I end up with half a heroic event card, I say that after a few beers. Half a heroic event card, it tends to be that I got the heroic side from Ring Dobby Dim Dom. But it's nice. I'm just struggling a bit in this tier at the moment. I got Vader, which I wasn't expecting to do because we were away for those few days of the first Vader card. So I was surprised to get that as a pro. Oh, by the way, Daniel Bryan team event. That has given me a Goliath Pro, thankfully, and so I've got him in my present King of the Ring, and obviously got him in this deck that I'm using right now. Yeah, what was I up to? Yeah, I've got Vader. Yes, as you've seen, I've got Roman Reigns as well. I will get AJ Styles. Here we are, Thursday, mid-Thursday afternoon, UK time, and as you can see, I've already started it won't. It will take some. I was going to say it won't take any effort. By that, what I mean is you don't have to look at what you're doing, do you? As you can see quite happily here. Well, you know, you don't need me to tell you. You don't need me to tell you. It's only in the latter stages. I would hope that now I've got into Goliath plus in general, that when it comes to the road to glory, my deck will be strong enough when it's got almost best cards in, so that I don't have to be +1ing or +2ing at any stage. The worst I will have to do is some +3ing, but we'll need to check that out when I come later to it. Yeah, Team Battleground. Congratulations to Pod in Team BadLadDad. He's equalled my Team BadLadDad record of 17 Team Battleground packs without getting a high ranking reward from it. So all the way through WrestleMania 34, he didn't get a WrestleMania 34 card from our Team Battleground wins. And we've had 4 wins in Goliath mode that we've played through so far. And he hasn't had a Goliath card either. So he's matched my record of 17 packs without a reward from the top tier that you're in. So we'll have to move on to number 18, see if you can beat that record. Not a record that anyone particularly wanted, obviously. Have you done, do you say better or worse? Have you done worse than that? Have you had worse luck than myself and Pod from Team BadLadDad with 17 packs without getting a card from the top tier that should be available, but is hiding and not making itself available? Because it is pretty frustrating. Now, if this wasn't a family show, the language would have been a lot fruitier and a lot stronger than pretty frustrating, believe me. And on that note, I would normally take a swig of beer, but I've done a very English thing with a cup of tea. Cheers. Any New Yorkers out there? You see the shape of that mug? See that mug? If I was to turn it upside down, which obviously I won't do now because I have scalding hot tea all over my lap. If I was to turn it upside down, does that shape look familiar? Let's do it again. Would that look familiar? It's from the Guggenheim Museum. First went there about 20 years ago. Used to have quite a few weekend jaunts. I'll say quite a few, a couple of times a year. Me and 3 or 4 mates would do a mad jaunt over to New York for about 2 or 3 days. We'd virtually get no sleep. Didn't matter what sort of hotel you booked into because you weren't seeing your hotel. And just out and about, going to gigs, having beers in various pubs and just doing the whole New York thing, but also being very good and trying to do touristy things during the day as well. So it's not a weekend for sleeping, basically. Or if you were sleeping, you were sleeping at the foot of the Statue of Liberty or something. Or bless it, on the observation deck of the Twin Towers. Yeah, one of the things, it's a long story about a mug, isn't it? I've just realised. I've just given you this long story about a flipping mug. Long story short, first I went to the Guggenheim. They had these mugs that looked like the Guggenheim Museum. I thought, that's very clever. So I bought a couple, and then every time I went back, so for some reason it became a thing, so I ended up with about 12 of the things. So it's like I've basically been smuggling a set. Not really smuggling, I've paid for them, but smuggling through a set of Guggenheim mugs over the years. So now we've actually got too many because I'm the only person in our family who uses them. But at least I know if I break one, I've got plenty of reserves. There you go. Do you feel better for that story? Do you feel informed? An insight into the world of Big Jim. Right, so there we go. Some 2 matches away from Johnny Chinar. Let's just see if I get a pull. I did actually. I've had 1 pull. Bearing in mind, last man standing last weekend, you play a lot of matches. Now I know you don't do board resets, but you do play an awful lot of matches. So having done that, I was then doing a bit of money in the bank, I admit. I was making a late bid to do some money in the bank. Let's come out of this. So I've quickly rattled through about 5,000 points. Yeah, just over 5,000 points. So I did that straight after Last Man Standing, and I was like, hang on a minute, I'm not getting any pulls here. I need to actually play some normal matches. So I did a quick bit of wild mode, and I got. Let me show you. I'm going to show you. I've started going there, so I shall finish. Mr. Dawson has been added to the crew, so he's apparently not a bad card. I've not checked on the old database to see where he ranks in the Goliath cards, but I've been told he's pretty high up. So. Not bad, I guess. Not bad. So there we have it. It's going to be, well, they've got Friday to come. I was going to say it's a weekend. So I'm starting my weekend early. I'm sure you've got to go to work tomorrow or school or whatever it is you do. It will be a long weekend of Road to Glory, but there's still quite a bit of time to go. I am going to give it a go. I'm going to try and get the heroic mode. I just need to have some better cards, basically, in my Goliath deck. And certainly when it comes to... Last Man Standing, still need to get a pro female in there. I just need to boost it. Anyway, look, just the usual things. I'm having a go. I'm having some fun. I'm playing the game. I hope you're playing the game as well. Let me know how you're doing down below. Do you know what? There's been a few times over the last few weeks where I'm thinking, have I had enough of this? I don't know, because in terms of my personal life and working life, things are very busy at the moment. It's difficult to do these videos. So it's even more difficult when you just want to play the game for a bit, to even then stop off and think about doing these videos. But I do like doing the videos. I enjoy doing the videos actually more than I do playing the game right now, I have to say. Maybe I'll just make videos and not bother playing the game anymore, just tell you what's coming up and just do news alerts or something. Who knows? I don't know, but I must admit, I'm just flagging a bit. I think all this heroic mode and all these events, and you've got the team events on top and everything else, and now we've got these beach fusions. It becomes a bit much after a while, doesn't it? It's 4 years. 4 seasons, 4 years of playing this and making videos at the same time. It does get a bit tiring. It does get you after a while. But don't worry, I'm not giving up. I'm still plugging away, never give up. There's someone who we all know once said about 300,000 times in his TV career. So there we have it. Enough waffle from me. That's it for another episode of WWE SuperCard. And you know what to do if you want to hear more of these ramblings and stories about mugs from New York and the mug who lives in London, then you know what to do. Subscribe down below. Bung a few likes on the video if you like the mug story. If you didn't like the mug story, put no more mug stories down below. If you did like the mug story, say yes, more mug stories in the comments down below. There's all the social media. There's Instagram. There's Facebook. There's Twitter. Till I see you next time, you stay cool.